John Fredericks, he's America's Godzilla of truth. All week long, he's world-renowned for his proficient proclivity to prophesy the people's political picks with pinpoint precision.
Yeah, baby.
Then, on the weekends, he gets with the guys that are pretty wise, and Godzilla wins. Godzilla Wins, the sports picking show for winning dough. Money lines, parlays, over-under, the best plays. You choose the game, Godzilla picks the winners. Get expert analysis, exclusive insights, and have a little fun. When the game is on your mind and money's on the line, Godzilla Wins is your guide to picking winners. Godzilla Wins, on the screens of your TV and favorite devices, commanding radio airwaves far and wide. Before you make that play, hear what the Godzilla crew has to say. Presented by WestVirginiaSportsNation.com, it's time for Godzilla Wins, all across the John Fredericks Media Network. Oh yeah,
for entertainment purposes only.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another monster edition of Godzilla Wins. We're not just going to tiptoe around the odds. We're going to stomp through them, give our picks. I'm your host this week, Mitch Rogers, coming to you on live on a beautiful Saturday, powered as always by our friends at WV The Torch. Please get the app. You can get the Penguins game, the Steelers game at WestVirginiaSportsNation.com, and Healthy Cell, helping you sharper, recover faster, and maybe survive another weekend of bad beats and busted parlays. Healthy Cell, the wellness company. Also, Rosie's My Pillow. We'll get to them as well. Our guests today are John Fredericks, Chris Saxman, Vince Mayoko, Logan Powell, Brendan Statler, Matt Lumsden. We have a full squad here today. But before we dive in, a quick reminder, folks, we are an entertainment gambling picks website. So if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537. That's Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Maryland, Michigan, New Hampshire, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wyoming. 800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelpline-ma.org. In Massachusetts, call 877-GHOPE-NY/text HOPE-NY 467-369. That's New York. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona, 1-800-522-4700 in Kansas and New Hampshire, 888-789-777/ ccpg.org in Connecticut, 1-800-BETS-OFF in Indiana, or visit opgr.org, Oregon. Whew, that's the hardest part of the show because the rest is just fun, guys. And like I said, we have a jam-packed show. We're going to get to all the NFL picks, all the college picks. I was in Pittsburgh last weekend for the Steelers game, for the fun Steelers game. You know, the one where they had a blowout monster win versus Cleveland. But during that time, while we were sitting there on our Sunday tailgating, all of a sudden James Franklin from Penn State gets fired. And if you know anything about this legacy or his legacy and his story, they had a $50 million buyout 10 years ago. For whatever reason, in 2021, after a 7-6 record, they signed him for a 10-year deal. And all of a sudden, you know, he has a respectable overall number, 104 and 45 record. But the key qualifier is he is just abysmal against top 10 opponents. 4-21 against the top 10, 2-21 against top 6. Against Ohio State, he went 1-10. Against Michigan, 3-7. Even his own athletic director stated before the season started, we're here to win national championships. And when you lose for the first time in history, being 20-point favorites 2 weeks in a row and lose both of those games, you're not only on the hot seat, you're done and you're fired. The financial implications of this are huge. It's a $50 million buyout with some weird language in there. If he gets a media job or another college job, it can offset some of their buyout. But, man, a lot to uncover here. There's a domino effect. Curt Cignetti with Indiana already got an extension because obviously we know what college is like. They're going to pilfer through current coaches and the likes and try to find a replacement for him. And Curt Cignetti was on the list already, and Indiana took care of that problem. So, James Franklin, we'll start there. I know we're shelving Shohei Ohtani, like the greatest Major League Baseball performance in history of baseball. We're only shelving it for a few minutes. We're going to do some James. We're going to start with the hate and then get to the love. But the hate is the James Franklin. John, you giggled, you laughed right away. Yeah, the feelings are palpable in that region in mid Pennsylvania and even Western Pennsylvania. Everyone has an opinion of James Franklin. Penn State 10-year deal. It just seemed dumb at the time. He did win 10 wins, 11, 13, but like I mentioned, John, he's lost all the big games. And do you think a midseason firing was justified here?
Screw him. Screw Franklin. I can't stand the guy. Look, 2 years ago against West Virginia, he got a garbage touchdown at the end. He had a 2-touchdown lead. Instead of running out the clock, he's running plays to get in the end zone to cover the spread to embarrass West Virginia. I never forgot that. You're supposed to take a knee, hand the football to the ref, and run off the field. Instead, at the end of the game, we were like a 15-point underdog. They were up by 14. Game was over. 30 seconds on the clock. He calls 2 timeouts, calls 2 plays. One is a jet sweep, gets in the end zone as clock runs out to cover the spread. You know what, James Franklin? What goes around comes around. Screw you.
That's true. Brendan, you're in that area, right? So, I mean, there's just a wealth of talent. You're in the Big Ten. You've seen Indiana. I believe Indiana's just resurgence, or just, not resurgence, just coming along as a program, put extra pressure because they go, well, hold on one second. This basketball school just is doing exactly what we want to do, beating big-time programs, beating Oregon, and all of a sudden, Penn State, back-to-back losses, disgusting losses. What is the feeling like in the area? Because you live right in that area.
Yeah, I mean, nobody is missing James Franklin, and I wish John wouldn't be so shy about sharing his opinion once in a while. He would just tell us how he feels. But
It's true.
But no, I mean, you almost have to wonder, why was he promised this kind of money? I mean, the guy never won anything meaningful. They haven't beat Ohio State since 2014. Why did the university agree to give him this kind of money? I mean, they're always in the conversation, but they always lose to Michigan and Ohio State. If you can't beat either of those two teams, it doesn't matter what other games you win, because you're already out at that point. So why they promised him this amount of money to where they had to pay him, what was it, $50 million, $56 million, something stupid like this? Why they thought he was worth this amount of money is just beyond me. I don't understand it.
Vince, you're a current baseball coach right now. I know we sit around, we're on radio shows, and we're like, let's get his head, fire this guy. But there's real implications, right? There's families involved. And, so when you see these stories, you have a different perspective. The guy's trying his hardest, right? I mean, he's a jerk, but, they paid him, they gave him the 10-year contract. But so is it right for all of us just to have so much joy when a coach gets fired?
Well, looking at Brendan and John, they're looking at the glass being half empty. I look at it as being half full. So here's a coach. Brandon, I'm not a James Franklin fan, so there's my disclaimer. However, how many programs would have loved to have the postseason run they had last year? I mean, he basically the equivalent of a Final Four, right?
Right.
And, halfway into the following season, after taking his team to the Final Four, winning 2 college playoff games, he's axed. And not a lot of programs would have done that. You could probably count them on one hand, and one of them being Penn State. And then you really think about it, last year, had Ohio State not won a national championship, would have Ryan Day been fired? And I think there would have been a high likelihood it was win a national title last year for the Buckeyes or bust, especially after carrying a 3 or 4 game losing streak against Big Blue. So there are implications. Obviously, it's just not the head coach. It'll be when they go on their national search and they hire a guy in the offseason, the entire coaching staff will probably not be retained. They'll flutter throughout the country and find landing spots. But it's just more than James Franklin being fired. It's an entire coaching staff and the whole department around the football program, a big D1 program like Penn State.
For sure. Logan, this is a lot of times when they do these midseason firings, they have someone waiting in the wings that you just know who's going to come up, the defensive coordinator. They're not. I think they're going to have to swing for the fences here. And the Kurt Cignetti signing was shrewd and good. I mean, Indiana needed to do it because I think they would have tried to go after. Where do you think the coaching search is going to go in Penn State's direction? Swing for the fences, find an up-and-comer? What do they need to do here to reinstill this culture?
Well, it's Penn State, so even though they had to spend a lot of money to get rid of James Franklin up to like $49 million, they're going to want to turn it around quick and not miss any time in the playoffs. I'm looking at potentially Nebraska's head coach Matt Rule. Used to play for Penn State. He's had some success at Baylor, and he went to the NFL, his NFL experience as well, and he's done good at Nebraska so far, but he's also very mediocre against ranked opponents. And just last night, they're sitting at 5-1, Nebraska is, and they lose to, a middle of the pack Big Ten school, and now they're sitting at 5-2, and they're not going to be ranked anymore. So, Matt Rule, Nebraska, they've always been kind of up and down, and Matt Rule as a whole, as a coach, he is not someone. I don't think he's going to be much of an upgrade to James Franklin, but I think as of right now, that's where they're looking at.
Sachs, what's up for James Franklin, though? He's got the opportunity to get another job, and he could really – what's crazy about college football is, it's an embarrassing weekend, right? He's embarrassed a little bit, but he wakes up on Monday. He's like, I have 50 – they're paying me $50 million to walk away. The caveat in his contract is if he gets a media or a coaching deal, it takes some of that buyout out. Why doesn't he just go to, come on down to, a Division III school, make, $8,500 a month and just relax for a little while? But Chris, what do you think his next move is? Right? I mean, he goes to an Arkansas or something, he'll be like the savior, So the feelings around him can change real quick.
Sorry, I don't care. Honestly, James Franklin is going to do okay in life. His great-grandchildren are financially set, okay? Penn State got what they deserved, and also Franklin got what he negotiated for, which was this massive buyout. He did, this is one of the problems in the balance of everything in life. It's not performance-based salaries that these guys are getting. Okay, Cignetti, he got what he deserved, right? It's also what his agent negotiated. So, Franklin, frankly, can go out to the Mountain West. He can go to the Big South. He can go to Lower Solovia State for all I care. The guy just didn't get it done in the Big Ten. And that he went for the big prize, he went for the big money, and he didn't get it done. Bottom line. And that's the nature of this sport. So good luck. Probably a nice guy. Probably a good guy, right? He was able to recruit pretty well to Penn State. But at that level, there's certain teams that are not going to put up with mediocre performances against top 10 teams, period. And he wasn't even 50-50. Everyone would bet against Franklin against the big games. And the alumni at that school, not going to tolerate it. And they'll stroke a check to get somebody else.
Yeah, Matthew, Chris brought up a good point about the agents. And I was looking into it too, because the 10-year deals, it just seems so stupid. Why are we giving 10-year deals out? But it looks like a remarkable job by the sports agents or the coaches' agents who, if you look down the list, there's just a lot. That's just the norm. You do 10 years, you never get through it, and you have a ridiculous buyout at the end. Does something need to change with this? I'm going to give you a two-parter. Does something need to change with these 10 years? And also, is Penn State even a good job? There is so much pressure, even when you win 13 games and go to the Final Four.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think college football, the best way to describe it, they're like the Anaheim, Los Angeles Angels at this point. You go get these people and sign them to 15-year deals when you know that they probably have 5 years tops, in their peak. It's just ridiculous. But also with the ever-changing landscape, year by year, NIL, transfer portal. Look at Clemson right now. Dabo's not doing what he did 5 years ago. You don't know what's going to happen to locking these guys in, these long-term deals. All it takes is one rule change, and their culture or their approach isn't near as effective as it was 5 years, 10 years before that. So I am pretty surprised all these ADs just hand out 35-year contracts with $16 billion. But I mean, it's something that's happening. It's good for the coaches. I'm sure Lane Kiffin's probably next. Part two, I don't think Penn State's all that appealing, in my opinion. I mean, you're not going to get ahead of Ohio State. Indiana, I think, has dethroned you as a clear-cut 2. Oregon's better than you. Nebraska's more appealing to me. I mean, Matt Rule's probably going to be canned. He can't get it done. They've got a better culture, bigger fan base. Like, no disrespect to Penn State. Nebraska's got history. I think that's a 4th, 5th tier Big Ten school. Why would you want to do that? Then you're still not in the SEC. I mean, you're probably not a Miami or a Clemson at this point. I don't see the appeal. I think they're going to struggle to get a big name coach. I personally, as a Clemson guy, I think Tony Elliott from UVA would be a great candidate.
I did not want to say that. It was on the tip of my tongue, but he is getting it done at Virginia, especially in the NIL. Damn you for bringing it up.
Exactly. He's a winner. He's won at Clemson. He turned UVA around. UVA? I mean, as a Penn State fan, you got to be disgusted to see a team from Charlottesville whooping up on people and you're losing his 20-point favorites every week. Like, come on now. So I don't know. I'm curious to see. I think they'll struggle to get a big name, but I think Tony Elliott would be a heck of a candidate for sure.
John, there's no chance for Nick Saban. You know, what are we talking? Kick the tires out on Nick Saban.
Don't push that one off, because if he got out because of NIL, it wasn't his culture. If he's going to go, okay, this is the culture, this is the new way, let's see if we can't win in this new culture. He's still a competitive guy.
No, I think he should go to Nashville.
Go back into the NFL?
I think he should go to Nashville.
Vanderbilt?
I think he should end his career in Nashville. I think that's a really nice town. Tennessee doesn't have a state income tax. We have a radio station there. I think that he should definitely go to Nashville. Come out of retirement, because he's not doing anything. It's boring.
I don't think Miss Terry would embrace the Tennessee culture.
We have a culture.
Remember where Nick Saban is from originally.
I didn't know the Titans had a culture.
No, they don't.
Tennessee
does. Titans don't. their culture is tighten up. We're about to lose.
I want Mike McCarthy.
We might cover this week.
I want. They're not going to cover. I want Mike McCarthy. That's what I just throw that out there. That's my guy. I want Mike McCarthy.
Another Pittsburgh guy. What you have to remember is, where's Nick Saban from? Look on the top of the leaderboard here. West Va.
Oh, Fairmont.
He's a Yinzer.
Well, he's sort of a Yinzer. He's a mountaineer.
West Virginia is considered the Yinzer portion of the country, still kind of.
When I rolled up in '97 to campus, it said you're in Steelers country, and I was like, I knew I was in heaven.
That's that media market. I wouldn't put Penn State off for Nick Saban. I mean, if you're the AD and you're the president of Penn State and you got to have a splash because you just fired your guy mid-season, you got to splash, right? You don't come in with the guy who's doing great things at Arkansas State, or Memphis has got a new guy. You don't come in with that guy. You got to have a name brand, because you have to recruit and you got to sign people to NIL deals. Period.
NIL, man. Yeah. And the college landscape, it feels like every 3 months is changing here or there. Yeah. And now this is just the norm. But I like, just like with Coach Rodriguez, and we'll get into it at West Virginia, he's starting to realize that not everybody can be Indiana. You need to kind of build through recruiting and high school kids and so forth. And man, we got a lot to talk about today. And if you're run down a little bit, if you're feeling a little tired, you need to get some 1775 coffee there, John. Tell our viewers and listeners.
Hey, listen, I got it right now. Just go to 1775coffee.com. Promo code Godzillla, going to get 10% off. It's the greatest coffee you're ever going to get. You get the beans, you can get the grounds, you can get the cake cups. They got dark roast. My favorite's the dark roast. I also get medium because sometimes I like that in the afternoon, a little bit lighter, but I like the dark roast. Got it right here in my RNC cup from the National Convention. And I guess this was Milwaukee. Speaking of Milwaukee, they didn't do very well. But, just go to 1775coffee.com. Promo code Godzilla, 10% off. You're good to go.
All right. We're going to pivot to some Major League Baseball playoffs. And it would be remiss to go anywhere else than Shohei Ohtani. Last night, the Dodgers sweep the Brewers, and Shohei Ohtani probably had the greatest single performance in Major League Baseball history last night. Struck out 10. He also hit 3 home runs in a series-clinching performance. Logan, I see you. Everyone's just kind of like, you're in awe, right? Like, we don't like the Dodgers, but we know that Shohei exists, and it's glad he's somewhere, and he's with the most powerful, the most expensive team in baseball. But that performance last night, Logan, I've never seen anything like it. I don't think we'll ever see anything like it again.
No, he's the greatest of all time. It's not even close. I mean, the stuff he does, I mean, no one else could ever do it. I mean, Babe Ruth is the only one that even is able to scratch the surface, and that was 100 years ago. Shohei's doing it, in a whole different level. But in a series clinching playoff game, I know the Dodgers are already up 3-0, and they're going to win the World Series, and they probably will sweep whoever wins the ALCS. Who cares? Shohei Ohtani, the stuff that he can do on the baseball field, no one has been able to do, and he's just doing it on a consistent basis. And now that he's pitching again at the starting level, he's dominant. And when he can get in those games where he can help himself out on the mound, I mean, there's no one else he really is a one man wrecking crew on the baseball field. And I think I saw some, things talking on social media about comparing this to anything else, like a basketball or football. And it's like, I don't know if you can really compare what he did yesterday in any other sport. Like the way that he was able to impact that game, I don't think anyone else can really do it except for maybe a quarterback that also ended up playing on defense as well and getting an interception and throwing for 4 touchdowns on offense. It's just what he did, how he impacted that game is on a whole nother level.
And we got some good baseball panelists over here with Vince and Matthew. Vince, first, from a coaching perspective, can this even happen again? I mean, when we grow up in Little League, a lot of times your pitcher is also your best power hitter, just the way it goes. As you go, they're your best athletes. But at some point, right, when they get into the college system, you got to pick one, and you got to kind of stick with it. Is there even a chance to have another player like this, or is that opening the door for some of these guys that are like, hey, I want to pitch and still play in the field? I mean, it's from how can this happen again? Can it even be recreated?
I don't think it can. I mean, Matt can attest to this as well too. We see in the game of baseball, I think it's even more unique today than it would have been 30 years ago, because now little kids are groomed at a very young age to either be a hitter or a pitcher. We see Little League travel teams do it. Okay, I'm a PO, and you're 10 years old. And so I think it's less likely to happen because of this. What he did last night, think about this, guys. If he would have just done one of the other, if he would have just hit 3 home runs last night, we'd probably be having this discussion. If he would have just got the win and had 10 strikeouts, we're probably talking about this. He did both. He did both. In fact, let's just dedicate the entire 2 hours to the talents of Shohei Ohtani. It's what we are seeing right now, and we're not just talking baseball. This eclipses anything that Michael Jordan did during his heyday.
Whoa!
And that's think about it.
Whoa.
That's
quite a statement.
Yeah.
I agree, man. I agree 100%. And
30
Corey
seconds.
from
can't
Williamsburg
disagree.
just texted. I mean, I agree. Corey from Williamsburg just texted me, and he's right as a horse person. Ohtani is like the secretariat of horse racing.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody better before him. Nobody will be better after. And he has got to be. When we throw around the word generational something, no, this is historic. I mean, you're never going to get an athlete in baseball at this level. I mean, he basically was a one-man gang last night, but he's done. It's just not one game. He's done it through the playoffs, and just an amazing specimen of a person. He's just I don't know. Maybe he's a bot or something, or they put some kind of AI in him.
Don't joke.
He's one of those Tesla bots.
He's a Tesla.
That may happen in the future.
He takes a lot of healthy cell. I'll tell you that.
He let's be honest. He wasn't hitting that great in the series up until last night. He was having an off time, but the Dodgers are still winning. He's a great ball player, the best of his generation, maybe the best of all time. And this is where I counsel my kids: slow your roll. You still have to do it for another 10 or 15 years to be considered the greatest of all time. He could blow out his Achilles. He could blow out his ACL, rotator cuff, whatever it is. Baseball is a long game. Okay. And one of the great things about the Barry Bondses, and I hate even mentioning him, the Pete Roses, hate mentioning him, and the Babe Ruths, you have to do it over about 20 seasons to be considered some of the greatest of all time.
Unless you're Sandy Koufax, who did it in about 10. And what we're seeing right now, Chris, is double what Sandy Koufax did. He's not only doing it on the mound.
I am not taking away from
I think if Shohei Ohtani retired right now, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
He's the greatest of all time. I don't care. He's the greatest of all time.
I don't know what his WAR is right now, but those writers are particular when they fill out those ballots. He probably gets it, but it's not going to be unanimous. If it's unanimous. Out now.
How can this guy not be unanimous? I mean, look what he's done. I mean, he's unbelievable.
He's totally unbelievable. I get it, guys. And last night was the greatest baseball performance of all time. It wasn't the first week of the season. It was in the playoffs. It was to close out the series. That was the greatest performance I've never seen. Okay, I went to bed early last night, and I earned it. Look, the simple fact of the matter is, I love Shohei Ohtani. He's changing the game. I'd love to see more kids play both sides of the ball. It's Jordan-esque. It's at that level because he plays offense and defense, which is unheard of in today's game.
He's got to play. Coach Vince is right. You're never going to see this again. You're just not going to see it because Vince nailed it. I mean, kids now, they got to pick one. You're either going to hit or you're going to pitch. Well, I mean, my son Joe, in 3 years of high school, played both ways. He hit 450, 480, and 490 as a junior. That's almost 500. Never hit under 450. As soon as he got to be a senior in high school, PO, baby, that's it. Because it's too much work. You can't the focus on both sides when you're trying to get to that next level, and you can't do it. It's very rare that you're able to do that. And I mean, it's pretty amazing what this guy's able to do.
It's extraordinary,
incredible.
And I'm not taking away from it, guys, but I'm just saying the longevity of baseball tends to mute these conversations, a la Mike Trout. Okay, he was at that level. He was playing greatest of ever. He was the new GOAT. I saw all this, but he's playing for the Angels. It gets injured, and I don't wish that on him. I'm just saying baseball has a way of leveling and humbling reality. I'm just saying.
In that case, they buried their star in Anaheim. Brendan, in this case, and we don't like the Dodgers as Pirates fans, but I love that he is in La La Land. I mean, you have the biggest star on the planet in one of the craziest, flashiest, biggest cities on the planet. And it feels like it's perfect, right? And, the Jordan thing, I guess you might have to win some championships. We'll get there.
He'll get there.
But yeah, man, I kind of like that he's in LA. What do you think, Brendan?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we could say whatever we want about the Dodgers, but there is no disputing that this guy is definitely the greatest current player, if not the greatest of all time. And there is certainly an argument that he's the greatest of all time now. I mean, not to repeat what everybody said at this point, but I mean, this is something that will never happen again. You will never see a player that is so dominant in pitching and hitting again. I mean, it's truly remarkable watching him play. I wouldn't care who this guy played for. He could go to any team and completely turn the team around. If the Pirates had the money to buy him, we'd be in the World Series. That guy is this good.
He's not that good.
He's come on.
He's got one
turn around the Pirates. That's a lift, man.
He can do it though.
I think that he could do it, but the thing is, there's no point talking about it. They couldn't afford to pay him anyway. He makes more than the entire roster.
Well, sure. you guys know there's going to be no Major League Baseball in 2027, right? You guys are aware of that, right?
It could happen.
Yeah,
it could be a lockdown. They finally give us revenue sharing. We're back. Oh, no.
Lockout for a year. It's just neither side's going anywhere, and the owners that aren't the Dodgers, Mets, or Yankees understand that the game cannot survive with three teams buying up all the best players in perpetuity. It can't survive. They've got to get a salary cap, and I predict you're going to have no Major League Baseball in 2027, and it's going to be interesting to see because the minor leagues will still be there, so we'll all be going to minor league games and college games.
Oh man, don't bring us down. Don't bring us down because there's some good baseball. Even though this was a sweep.
Have you seen my background, John? Even you could crush that.
I know. I've been following you on your socials, Chris. Or are you back from the beach? It seems like you've been in paradise for like
that is a picture off my iPhone right there.
There we go. All right. Now, the Shohei Ohtani story was great. That series stunk. 4-0 sweep. Dodgers doing their thing. I hate the Brewers. As Pirates fans, we kind of like, all right, fine. We don't have the Brew Crew going
like
in
the
there.
Brewers.
I like the story. I like a smaller market, mid-market team. But man,
I have a hard time hating anyone when we're so bad.
Yeah. We don't even have any rivalries anymore. Like the Reds from 15 years ago. Cool.
Yeah.
But man, we have a series in the American League right now, and it is, and a lot of the kids for Seattle, the Seattle Mariners, their story and all their superstars when I was a kid, the year they won 119 games, and I think it was 2001 or 2002, they have never, ever won a World Series. And they took a 3-2 series lead last night after Eugenio Suarez hit a grand slam. I was enjoying a few beverages outside on a covered deck, and we saw the grand slam. We were so excited. I think I'm jumping on the Seattle Mariners bandwagon right now. John, are you on that bandwagon right now? Are you still bitter about any Astros collapse, or are you just full-fledged into just love for what's the current baseball situation?
I have 3 words. I don't care.
Yes, he does.
Thank you.
Yes, he does.
No, I don't. I could give a rat's ass. All right. My team is out of it. I haven't watched a game. I don't care who wins. I could care less. Whoever does win, I hope they get swept by the Dodgers because I hate everybody. I hate all teams anyway, so I don't really care except my team, so I don't care.
Matt, come on. Give me more than 3 words and tell me how cool of a story it would be if Seattle and the big dumper and all this goes through and they could go to the World Series and then
call on somebody else, dude. I don't care. I hate. First, they got a team from Canada and a team from Seattle. What the hell do I care?
Seattle's basically Canada anyway.
I don't like Seattle. I don't like Toronto. There's no team in the major leagues. I don't mind the Pirates because they suck and the Astros beat them all the time. Other than that, I hate all the teams. I hate their beer. I hate their managers. I hate their coaches. I hate their fans. I hate their stadiums. I hate their signage. Then their hot dogs suck too. That's my analysis.
Matt, give me some positivity into this ALC.
I mean, saying you don't care, sure. I guess my question would be, this series has been fantastic. I mean, it's 2 teams that have never won, pretty much anything. The Blue Jays was like 92, 93 last time they were relevant. Seattle's never done anything. And it's been high-quality baseball. It's been super entertaining to watch. So I'm not going to say I don't care, but I would preface with, does it matter? I mean, as great as this series is, let's be realistic. Doesn't matter. Whoever comes out of this, 5 games tops with the Dodgers, maybe. I mean, we're talking about Shohei's the greatest talent to ever step on a field. Let's not discredit. I think off the top of the head, there's 3 Cy Young Award winners on the Dodgers. That's not even Ohtani's not one of them. They've got 2 MVPs. If you disclude Ohtani, like the team without Ohtani is probably taking down every team in the league in 5. And then you throw on the greatest talent to ever step on a field. Like,
right.
It's a great series, but does it matter? Let's be realistic.
Oh, Vince, it's got to matter, right? If they get in there, they have to have a chance, right? It's baseball.
Of course, anything can happen in baseball, right? Momentum is today's starting pitching, right? Whoever's on the bump. But no, this Mariners Blue Jays series, it's going 7. I'm calling it right now. It's going 7.
Okay.
And obviously Raleigh is a huge story for the Mariners, but really think about the late pickups that the Mariners got in the trade deadline that made a huge difference in their push down the stretch and then paying dividends here in the postseason. You mentioned the grand slam by the third baseman last night. Obviously, Naylor, the first baseman, they really improved themselves big time in late July, early August. So this is a good one.
You called it back then, Vince. You called when they got Naylor. You're like, that's the pick.
Exactly. And to Coach's point, that makes it a lot easier to cheer for a franchise that has never done anything, and they make the moves. I mean, I would say as a Red Sox fan, we did nothing at the deadline. Like, it's demoralizing when you're right there and you do nothing. The Mariners went, and they're at least putting their best effort into it, and I think as a fan, that's the most you can ask for.
I was at the ALCS when they played was it the Yankees in 2001, 2000?
Yankees.
And and a friend of mine, and I was up there on business. He said, "Hey, I got tickets." He lived up there. Let's go to and we played Little League baseball together. So it was like a little reunion up there, right? We go to the stands in Seattle, and Clemens throws 2 at A-Rod's head to start the game off. And I don't care, but I'm in the stands, and I unleash a flurry of profanities in the bleachers. And half the stands turn around and go, "You shouldn't say that." I'm like, y'all are never going to win anything because y'all just don't want it. I'm just going to sit here and drink my beer because y'all, if you can't see that Clemens is throwing at your guy's head and you don't
Hey,
say,
Sachs. Hey, Sachs, was that a roid rage by Clemens?
"Oh yeah, it was all that," and I'm like, you guys don't even want to win, so you don't deserve to win. But maybe the fans have turned over the generation. They've risen up and taken back the Mariners and get a little enthusiasm. But yeah, I felt sorry for the city of Seattle ever since.
Brendan, are we going to still feel sorry for the city of Seattle in a few weeks? There's got to be a chance. Now, and they got to get into the World Series, which I think will happen.
Yeah, I think they have a very good chance of getting into the World Series. I mean, certainly when you're up 3-2, I mean, the odds are in your favor. And remember, they had Toronto's number these first 2 games in Toronto. I mean, and what did they win last night? 6-3, 6-2, something like this. So they know how to beat this team. I don't have any confidence that Toronto could beat them 2 games in a row. And that's what they need.
Logan, what are you thinking here? How's this all going to play out?
Yeah, no, this has been a good series. I've kind of dropped the ball in this series. I almost every single time they've been playing, I've been busy doing something else. So I haven't been able to watch a lot of it, but I did get to catch a little bit of yesterday. And yeah, I mean, the Mariners, they're definitely catching their stride right now, and I think their pitching could definitely lead them in this series. But I just thought it was so crazy the fact that it went 2-2 and both teams couldn't win at home. And then, yesterday, how the Mariners were able to win. I think that baseball is a game where momentum can do a lot for you. And I think how they were able to win that game yesterday, and, Suarez saying, it was his greatest home run of his career. I think that overall, I think the Mariners are going to be able to, get out of the series and, ride this momentum. But once you get to the Dodgers, yeah, like everyone said, it's going to be like 5 games max. I mean, the Dodgers are going to be able to easily handle either of these teams. So whoever wins the ALCS should definitely celebrate like they're winning the World Series, because that's going to be the farthest they get.
Okay, so let's talk about for a second the only thing that matters to me in baseball now that the season's over, because the Astros are out, so I don't care, is the Maryland Terps play their first fall game today at Georgetown at Capitol Park in Tysons Corner, Virginia. So Joe's going to throw in that game. So Ann and I are going to be there. It's a doubleheader. Let's go.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
I took Georgetown. So
so we got to do a pick on that one. What's the line looking right now?
Fear the Terps. Fear the turtle.
When does, because with college baseball, when does the regular season start?
February.
Middle of February.
Second week of February.
Valentine's Day, give or take.
The fun game, that's when the non-conference games start, is in February. But the most fun non-conference game, check this out, is going to be Maryland goes to West Virginia baseball before the last game on the last midweek non-conference game before conference play starts for both teams. So Maryland goes to West Virginia. And that's going to be something. That's going to be fun. We're going to be broadcasting that game nationally on Maryland University of Maryland radio as the visitor. So I can't wait for that. Sometime at the end of the middle of March, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
Do they need a play-by-play guy? Are we doing the broadcast too?
I'm doing the play-by-play. Anybody that wants to join me for color, I know, Logan, you have to do it for West Virginia, right? Because you're on their radio and college.
I might do it for United too. I might be. It depends on when we get there.
You guys can come, but we're doing the game as for Maryland baseball, not for West Virginia.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be.
You got a baseball coach and a former college baseball player like color. I mean, I'm handing that. Come on, I used to be a color guy for high school football, and I never played, so it did not work out.
Look at the schedule. Sometime in March, I don't have it handy. I had it. Maybe I do. But look at the schedule. In
Are we
fact,
marketing this thing as Joe's revenge game? That's what I
Oh,
want to know.
no, it's got nothing to do
What?
with it.
Wait, come on. I don't
Nothing.
speak for
No.
yourself. Come on.
Absolutely
No?
not.
I'm just
No.
kidding. It was just
Absolutely not. It's just going to be a fun,
first kid.
it's going to be a fun game.
Yeah.
He's going to pitch in the whole night.
Yeah, 150 pitches. Let's go.
Joe Chin Music Fredericks is taking the mound.
I cannot wait. Also, we're going to be transitioning over to college football and doing all our picks. But before we do, John, we have a great sponsor, the Wellness Center. Why don't you tell everybody about the Wellness
I tell you what, man, Saxman doesn't need this and Vince doesn't need it. But, the last time I went to the doctor, I was really sick. And the doctor was like, you gotta lose more weight. He said my weight was not in proportion to my height. I guess that's a politically correct way of saying you're too fat. He said, you're 67. I'd taken all this stuff. I couldn't get over this flu. And he said, you're 67. You don't get enough sleep and your weight is not in proportion to your height. So you got to lose weight. So I went to my Dr. Kelly Victory with a wellness company. And she said, take these. These are called drops. So I will not take a shot. I will not do this Zempic thing. I will never do that. It's not natural. I know a lot of people do it, not going to criticize it, but it's not for me. I don't do that kind of stuff. So I'm taking these. It's called the drop. Go to twc.health/Godzilla, twc.health/Godzilla. You put about 25 of these a day in a little bit of water. When you get up, you take it. And it's the GLP, but it's through oral, not through injection. So it keeps your blood level consistent. And I've been on it 3 weeks. I've already lost 5 pounds. I'm already feeling better. I'm still doing my 75 push-ups a day. Now, if you want to lose like 2 pounds for a wedding, no. If you're serious about feeling better and losing weight, you can go to this journey with me. Just go to twc.health/Godzilla. Look for the drops. Put in promo code Godzilla 100. Got to put 100 by it because you're going to get $100 off and free shipping. And check it out. I've had tremendous success with it over 3 weeks. And hopefully by the time I get on here at the end of November, I'll have lost 10 or 15. My goal is to lose another 25 if I can do that. I'm just going to feel better and live longer. So twc.health/Godzilla, promo code Godzilla 100. Check these out, the drops. Thank you.
All right. We're going to what Godzilla Wins is known for. We're getting into football picks. So we're going to run down a lot of the key games, important games, kind of taking it, building it up like a crescendo, if you will. Start off with Wyoming and the Air Force, right? Then you end with the big dogs at the end. Wyoming, Air Force. Air Force is favored by 4.5. Air Force having a rough year, 1-5, 0-4 in the conference right now. Wyoming, 3-3, 1-1 in their Mountain West. Had a couple wins over Akron and Northern Iowa. They were good non-conference wins, but now have stumbled badly. Utah, we know about them. Colorado, UNLV. All right, let's start it off. Brendan, you're right there. You're on my right or left, depending on the dial you're looking at right now. How are you going to pick this game? Let our viewers know how they could start off their day or continue winning some money today.
You had to give me this one, didn't you?
It's awesome, right?
Yeah. 2 teams that I know absolutely nothing about. I guess I would pick Air Force just because they're the favorite, but I will not be putting money on it in real life.
Vince, come on. You're out the Air Force. Are they running a single wing? What do they even do over in Air Force right now?
Well, those service academy institutions, they're tough to game plan for. A lot of running the triple option. It's hard to believe that a 1-5 team is favored by 4.5. With that said, I got to go Wyoming in this one. I think Wyoming, they're having a decent year, playing for a bowl game, possibly get their 6 wins and get a win today. And they're nearly there. So go Pokes.
All right. Let's go quick. I want to get this college football in the next 15 minutes. And it's obviously Wyoming and Air Force. So Matt, what are you going with here?
I'm going to go with Air Force. They can score points from what I've seen against some decent competition, and Wyoming isn't very good.
All right, Logan.
Air Force, go America.
Yeah, Chris, go America, throwing it in there.
Air Force is 8-1 against the spread in their last 9 home games. Take Air Force.
All right, John, you putting anything on this?
Yes, Air Force minus 4.5. They're not going to be, Wyoming is not going to be able to stop them. They could put up a 50 spot, lay the 4.5.
Poor Wyoming. They're part of America too, but Air Force, go America. I'm going to go Air Force as well. All right. Hey, if you're part of the show, you know that we're brought to you by WestVirginiaSportsNation.com. So you know we love when West Virginia is playing. West Virginia is playing at UCF tonight. UCF, we're going to see all year, boys. We're underdogs again, minus 7.5. Rich Rod showed a little tiny bit of promise in the last game at 10:30 at night, ending at 1 a.m. Logan, I'm going to start with you. Put you on the West Virginia hot seat here. Can we turn this around this week?
I mean, this could be our best chance to win a game this year is against UCF because they're also stumbling really bad. Lost the last 3 in a row. Mountaineers are also, in a rebuilding year, but so is UCF. But I don't think UCF is nearly as bad as the Mountaineers are. It's currently at minus 7.5. Yeah, I think I'm taking the Knights to cover here.
All right, Matt, what are you going to do with this game? I'm going to make Brendan wait a little bit. I know he's chomping at the bit over there. Wait, is someone going to get their first Big 12 win?
Yeah, and
obviously someone who's going to get the first Big 12 win.
I think it's going to be the Golden Knights. They stayed within 10 of Cincy. I think they just lost by 7 to Kansas. I don't see. Yeah, I think 7's too low. I think UCF gets it done.
See, I used to run the board myself. I would have just muted your ass right there. All right, Brendan, what are we doing right here? Come on. Are we getting it? Is Rich Rod's first Big 12 win ever?
If West Virginia is going to win another game this season, it's going to come today. However, I do not have enough confidence to pick this team. I'm going with UCF to win.
Oh, man, come on, Chris. All I hear is Beach Boys music, Aruba, Jamaica. Come on, positive vibes here. Let's go. Give me a West Virginia. We're going to win our first Big 12 game, right?
No. You're not going to go down to Orlando and play in the heat and humidity down there and win. This would not be a smart bet. If I'm telling West Virginia fans, put $20 on it just so you feel good about it, but don't put anything closer to $100 in this game. You're still not going to win, but you'll be rooting for your team and what you should do.
When was woke Orlando a destination that we'd be scared of in Disney? Mickey Mouse, John, come on, it's Orlando? Everybody don't care about going to Orlando, right? Come on.
This is my best bet of the weekend.
Oh, come on, do it.
I love West Virginia in this game plus 7.5. Yeah. They're going to win this game. Listen, you give Rich Rodriguez 2 weeks to prepare for a team that is really struggling, that doesn't even know who their quarterback is. UCF has got all kinds of problems that have been masked here. Their quarterback, the guy they put in last week, threw 22 incomplete passes. Like, who the hell does that? This team is not very good. They're not going to be. Look, I love our new quarterback. I know, there's been a lot of criticism about him, but I love Khalil Williams. He's going to run the football. I'm taking the 7.5. This is more than just a win here for West Virginia. This is a transformational game. They've got to go in there. They've got to show some spark. They've got to show heart. This is going to be the soul of their season. Forget Pitt. They've got to go in there. They've got to stop the run. They can't give up 200 yards. And I think this game is going to set the stage for the culture of the Rodriguez regime. And I love West Virginia. It's my best bet plus 7.5. They're going to win the whole game.
All right. I like that.
You're right, John.
So do I. I'm going with it too. Of course.
What did Lumsden go with?
Florida.
Okay. To cover.
So come on, when you don't trust when Mitch and John go one way, don't fade us. Don't fade us now. All right. And the next game, and I'm glad this is one that's on here. Pitt Panthers versus Syracuse. Pitt is favored by, I think it went to 9.5, and we have 8.5 on the sheet, just depending on where you're looking.
Now it's 11.
Oh,
it's 11.
So I'm convinced too. It's one of the things I wanted to bring up in Franklin's firing. I'm convinced. I was in Pittsburgh. I was sitting at the bars watching their upset win over Florida State and them getting a big, top tier win, and then Penn State crap in the bed. I think that had something to do as well. But let's go. Pitt has had an up and down year. A lot of people predicted them to kind of go to the playoffs. A couple of people did. It was weird. West Virginia upset. But they have switched their quarterback. They've got a young kid in there. What are you guys thinking? Brendan, I'll start with you. Pitt, 9.5, coming off a monster win over Florida State.
Yeah, the quarterback change certainly has worked for him. I mean, I hate Pitt, but they've been winning ever since they made the quarterback change. I think that they're going to roll Syracuse pretty easily today, as much as I hate to pick Pitt, but is what it is, I guess.
All right, Vince, are you going to stay on the Pitt bandwagon, or are we going to get the Syracuse?
Well,
Orange
first
and
of all, Mitch, I'm disappointed you didn't call on me for the West Virginia.
Oh my God! Oh my God! The panel's so big; it's like a Brady Bunch.
And
There's so many of us.
Whether this matters or not, I was 11-3 with college football.
I'm
last
sorry.
week.
No.
However, I was 3-11 with the NFL, so take that with a grain of salt.
Right, I'll skip you.
But I'm calling previously West Virginia wins this game and they win it outright. The Syracuse Pitt game, I like Syracuse in this one.
All right.
Rivalry game in the Carrier Dome. Go Orange.
All right. Yeah. No, I've been to the Carrier Dome a couple of times. It's weird and
Mitch,
warm.
I wouldn't lay 9.5 with Pitt if they were playing Mary's School of the Headless and Blind. Okay. They should be 9.5 against any D1. The team is not that good. Florida State's not that good. I love the argument here. I'm taking the wood.
I thought there was going to be a dirty joke after that, but I'm glad that you cleaned it up and made it full circle. All right, Logan, where are we going here? Come on, go eat poop Pitt.
Now, ever since they made the quarterback change, that true freshman quarterback's done really well. However, Syracuse can be a tough place to play, and while they haven't had a great season, I still think that they're going to be able to keep it close. So give me Syracuse to cover.
Matt, you going to take Syracuse in that weirdly humid bubble that they have up in Syracuse?
No, as a Clemson fan, I understand the powers of the Carrier Dome. I don't think Clemson's won a game in 15 years, but no, ever since they went to Ricky Collins, they don't look the same that post-Clemson week, and I think Mason Henschel and Pitt has looked all that and then some as a true freshman. I think Pitt gets it done today.
All right, Chris, where are you going?
Well, here in this analysis with the new QB, I hate to take Pitt on the road to do this. I'm going to stay with Syracuse. My original thought was Syracuse initially. Now that the line's moved up even further, I'm going, this is probably a better bet. I'd stay with Syracuse in this one.
All right, I'm going to go with Syracuse as well. I think I'm going a little hard on that one, but Pitt did look good last week, bouncing back. And, when you make that quarterback change, all of a sudden anything can happen. Okay, a traditionally, historically awesome game for, the annals, the ages, but USC is at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is favored by 9.5, but it's a top 20 matchup. I mean, so the national ramifications are around. It's nice to see when these traditional blue bloods are good again. John, what are you thinking in this one?
I'm taking the 9.5 with the Trojans. Everything points to Notre Dame in this game. They're at home. They're 19-6 ATS at home. It's going to be bad weather. The Southern Cows are coming in. They've not played that well. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody's going to bet Notre Dame. This game opened at 8, went up to 9.5. There's no money on the Trojans except me. I'm betting the Trojans. I'm taking the 9.5. This game is going to go down the wire. I don't think the Irish defense is as good as everybody says it is. USC can throw the football. They're gonna go in there, and this is gonna be a barn burner. It's gonna come right down to the wire. Trojans plus 9.5. My second best bet of the weekend.
All right, Vince, how about you?
I'm reading this may be one of the last rivalry games between these two schools. Is that right?
Yes.
God, John Sachs, we go back when kids. I remember watching USC Notre Dame every year.
Anthony Davis.
Oh, my God. Yes, absolutely.
How about that comeback?
And to think that this rivalry could be ending.
Right. Sad.
USC, even they got the one loss at Illinois, but they look good doing it from an offensive standpoint, right? I just don't see any way that Notre Dame can win a shootout with SC. And getting that many points on top of it, I think you go Troy in this one.
Boom.
All right, Matt, where are you going to go with this?
I'm on the flip side. I'm going Notre Dame. Lincoln Riley was 1-6 against the spread on the road last year, 0-2 this year. I think Price and I think Jeremiah Love and Darian Price both running for 100 yards against this defense. I think Notre Dame rolls.
All right, Brendan, what say you?
I'm going to go quick since we don't have a lot of time. I'm taking the Irish to win, but I think USC covers. I think 9.5 is too much.
See, Brendan co-hosting right there, helping me out, keeping me going, keeping it going. Logan, yeah, quickly, let's go.
happily taking USC. Defense looks a lot better. They handled Michigan last week. Easily taking the spread for USC.
Chris, where are you going to go?
Trojans over.
Look how quick, Chris. I've never seen you. Let's let it go. That was awesome. All right, I'm going with Notre Dame for no reason. Just going to go with it. All right, I'm going to skip over a couple games. One that's on my sheet, I feel like LSU at Vanderbilt with the 1.5 spread. LSU's 10, Vanderbilt 17. This is going to be a cool matchup. Vince, let's start with you. Where are you going to go with this game?
Yeah, well, Sachs, thanks for the info the other day, talking about this the first time Vandy has been favored in an SEC game since like 1925 or something like that.
That's awesome.
With that said, I just think LSU still has, I guess Vanderbilt has aspirations for the college football playoffs too, but I just don't see LSU going into Vandy and losing today. I really don't. Now, I think it'll be a very close game. I think Vanderbilt is really good, but I think LSU is better.
Matt, what are you going to do with? You gave him the info. Or how are you going to pick it?
Everything's telling me LSU's the better team, but then I watch them. They can't score every week. Their star linebackers out. And Vandy, realistically, hot take, I think should be undefeated. The 2 red zone turnovers in Tuscaloosa, I think they let that game get away from them. I know that's hard to say in a 14-point loss, but it's disgusting. But I think Vandy, I don't like it, but everything's telling me it should be them.
All right, Chris, where are you going to go?
I really don't care about this game, but let's just shock the world with Vanderbilt. That's worth throwing a little bit of juice on this thing for Vanderbilt, just to say, hey, why not? And stuff it down James Franklin's face even more.
I like that. It's a new era. You got Indiana's Vanderbilt slogan, right?
Vanderbilt to cover. Vanderbilt to cover. You heard it here first.
Okay, yeah, sorry I cut you off, but really good.
Yeah, I'm taking Vanderbilt here as well. Like Matthew said, LSU, their offense is just not been consistent whatsoever, even though it looks like it should be. Nussmeier is supposed to be one of the better quarterbacks in the nation. He just hasn't lived up to it. Vanderbilt's looked really good over the past 2 years. I think they're going to continue to rise up.
All right, Brandon, what are you doing?
Man, everybody picking Vanderbilt is really making me second guess my pick here. I'm going to roll with the Tigers, though.
I feel like it's heart. John, what do you do? I think the Vanderbilt pick is heart because we just want to see this team that's never done anything do something.
Well, Vanderbilt has brought real football to Nashville, so I'm going to go with Vandy.
Oh, dude, you figure out a way to mix it into the Titans and just bring everybody down. All right.
They're definitely losing then.
I'm skipping Utah and BYU because they beat West Virginia and I hated it. So, all right, here's my matchup. This is my family's going to be in. We're all Bama fans in my family. So it's Tennessee Volunteers at Alabama.
Ole Miss Georgia. Come on.
Oh, what did I do? Did I miss one? Well, we only have a minute.
Ole Miss Georgia.
Oh, yeah,
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss to cover.
Georgia.
Ole Miss.
We'll put it up. Hey, we'll put it up on our Facebooks and our socials so you guys can follow.
Ole Miss.
Tennessee, Alabama. Alabama's coming back, baby, looking like their old selves. Brendan, what do you think?
Roll Tide.
Yeah, baby. Vince.
Yeah, Alabama's playing good football right now. Roll Tide.
Oh, Matt, what are you saying?
Ty Simpson wants that Heisman. Bama by a ton.
Woo! Chris, Bama by a ton. Do you agree?
Go Big Orange.
Oh, throwing a wrench in it, Logan. What are you going to do?
Now, Alabama has looked really good ever since their Florida State loss, especially Ty Simpson. He's playing like the best quarterback in the nation. Give me the Tide to keep on rolling.
All right. John, are you roll Tide?
Alabama -8. My third best bet of the weekend. Easy money.
Easy peasy money. Oh, man, I gave us another minute. Utah, BYU, quickly. Brendan, where are you going?
BYU.
Utah's favored by 3.5. Vince, what are you doing?
Holy War. Utah Utes.
Holy War. Matt, what are you doing here?
I'm with Coach, Utah.
Yeah, Logan, Utah looked pretty good against West Virginia. What do you think?
It's going to be a great game. Give me Utah. More explosive offense.
Chris, where are you going to go with that?
If it don't snow, I don't care. What's a Ute anyway? No, just Utah.
Utah, give me 2 from Point Break. John, what are you saying here? I sat in the rain. Me and Brendan, we all sat in the rain watching us get blown out in the first half against Utah.
The Utes -3.5. This is one of the sneakiest, best football teams in college football. You don't want to match up against this team in the first round of the playoffs. Utes.
I agree. Hey, great first hour. Please stick around for the second hour. We're going to get to the NFL and all their picks, and we might have to break down this Thursday night football game that involved the Steelers. Who knows? We'll be right back. I don't want to.
West Virginia Sports Nation gives you a top-of-the-mountain view of the Mountaineers sports landscape. See what's happening in all the sports, far beyond football, basketball, and baseball. Gymnastics, track and field, rowing, swimming and diving, golf, volleyball, tennis. More sports, more stories. If the Mountaineers play the game, WVSportsNation.com has it covered. Up-to-date and insightful articles written by Mountaineers for Mountaineers Nation. WVSportsNation.com. WVSportsNation.com. WVSportsNation.com.
The best part about waking up in the morning is a great cup of coffee, and I get this every day with my 1775 coffee. It's rich, it's bold, best tasting coffee I've ever had. Single origin, farmed in Bolivia, 7,000 feet. It's always fresh, roasted daily. This is the best coffee you're ever going to get. Go to 1775coffee.com, 1775coffee.com. Promo code Godzilla, 10% off. It's going to make your day every day.
You woke up with a sore throat and a low-grade fever. You know you are getting sick, so here's your choices. You can get sicker and miss work. Try to see a doctor this week or sit hours in a crowded waiting room at urgent care.
I have a smarter option for you. Open your medical emergency kit. Match your symptoms to doctor-recommended prescription in your booklet and take the right meds now and get well faster.
This is not a first aid kit. It's like having an urgent care in your home. It includes doctor-prescribed medications to treat over 39 medical issues like respiratory infections, strep throat, pneumonia, UTIs, and more.
No waiting to see the doctor and no standing in line at the pharmacy. It's right here.
Every home should have at least one medical emergency kit, and here's how to order.
Order online fast and save $45. Your kit with prescriptions to treat common and life-saving illnesses is rushed to your door. Visit twc.health/Godzilla. Promo code Godzilla. That's twc.health/Godzilla. Promo code Godzilla.
John Frederick, your Godzilla of truth, fiercely independent.
No ties to Wall Street. I promote Main Street.
The John Frederick Media Network, privately owned and operated, on top of the issues on air and online.
Trucking the truth every day for 14 years.
The John Frederick Show drives your morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern. The only independent White House correspondent with live reports from the White House. Hit JohnFredericksRadio.com. Watch at JFMN.tv. John Frederick, your Godzilla of truth.
Who's going to stop me now?
Nobody.
Did you know that somebody could literally steal your house? Yeah, that is a thing that happens. It is when a criminal forges your signature on one document, uses one fake notary stamp, and then spends about $30, $40 with the county recorder. They then take out loans using your home equity as collateral. And the worst part of it is, you don't even know it's happening until you start getting collections and foreclosure notices. Most people don't check on their home title because why would you feel like you needed to? But this right here is why you need to use Home Title Lock. They have a $1 million triple lock protection that helps keep your home and equity safe. It includes 24/7 monitoring with protection immediately, urgent alerts in case there's any changes in your title. Then if fraud does happen, they have a US-based restoration team that will spend up to $1 million to fix the fraud and restore your title.
Find out if you're already a victim. Go to HomeTitleLock.com now.
John Frederick, he's America's Godzilla of truth. All week long, he's world-renowned for his proficient proclivity to prophesy the people's political picks with pinpoint precision.
Yeah, baby.
Then, on the weekends, he gets with the guys that are pretty wise, and Godzilla wins. Godzilla wins, the sports picking show for winning dough. Money lines, parlays, over-under, the best plays. You choose the game, Godzilla picks the winners. Get expert analysis, exclusive insights, and have a little fun. When the game is on your mind and money's on the line, Godzilla Wins is your guide to picking winners. Godzilla Wins, on the screens of your TV and favorite devices, commanding radio airwaves far and wide. Before you make that play, hear what the Godzilla crew has to say. Presented by WestVirginiaSportsNation.com, it's time for Godzilla Wins, all across the John Fredericks Media Network. Oh yeah.
For entertainment purposes only.
All right, welcome back to the second hour of Godzilla Wins on this beautiful Saturday. Just want to remind you that we're powered by our friends at WV The Torch. Download their app today if you want to watch this rebuilding kind of fun Penguins team and this Steelers team that is up and down. Also, WVSportsNation.com for all your West Virginia sports needs. Healthy Cell, Rosie's, man. We have a lot of good people, especially on this panel. Brendan Statler, Vince Mayoko, John Fredericks, Logan Powell, Matt Lumsden, and Chris Saxman. Now we're getting to the second part. Remember, we're going to do a lot of picks here. I'm not going to read the whole disclaimer. You can go back and hear it. But if 1-800-GAMBLER, if you have little issues with gambling, but we're going to do a lot of picks here with some spreads. I wanted to throw that out there as well. Yeah, we got a full slate. I'm sure we have some Europe games. I didn't even look. But there was a game on Thursday night, the abysmal, gross Thursday night game that I've learned to hate my entire life. It's fun, in the moment when your team's playing. It's like, all right, it's Thursday. I'm going to watch, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who I just personally watched dominate a division rival 3 days prior, to then come out against the Cincinnati Bengals team that lost Joe Burrow for the season. They were struggling with Browning or whatever his name was at quarterback, and all of a sudden, an interconference trade sends Joe Flacco to the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was weird because Monday's press conference, which should have been great for the Steelers, they were at that point cruise controlling into the AFC North, but Tomlin brought up. He just had to bring it up. He just basically said he was irritated that the Browns would trade in their division to another team that has two of the best wide receivers in the NFL. You just need a quarterback that knows a little bit how to do something, and you're going to be able to ignite that Bengals offense. And boy, Brendan, did he ever. I mean, that was like what you would have expected if it was Joe Burrow versus the new all of a sudden explosive Aaron Rodgers offense. So many good factors on the offensive side of that just got lost. Some of the greatest plays I've seen in 6 years with the Steelers on offense just go away because 6 drives in a row Flacco scored. 6 out of 7, but 6 in a row, Brendan. Like this defense that looked great. They were pass rushing everywhere, blitzing everywhere. Ramsey had 2 sacks 3 days before that. Got pressure. Maybe the second play of the game, and then from then on, nothing, Brendan. Are we hitting the panic button? Still got a game and a half lead over everybody else.
I'm not going to hit the panic button yet. You said before we went live, you said I was being a little harsh on the team. I have no complaints on the offensive side of the ball. I think they did pretty well, with the exception of the 2 interceptions. I think the offense had nice flow to it. That defense is nowhere to be found. The defensive performance of the night for the Steelers was Broderick Jones tackling Aaron Rodgers after a touchdown throw. I mean, this defense, that was the worst defensive performance I have ever seen in my life. They were throwing it to, it wasn't even Jamar Chase the entire time. Even their tight end, they would throw it to him. He would catch it. There is not a Steelers defender in the frame. Like, did these guys go up to the stands, get a hot dog when they were supposed to be on defense? I mean, they could not stop them. I think the West Virginia Mountaineers offense could have moved on this defense the other day. It was so bad. If they clean up this defense, Steelers are a contender. If they don't, I mean, they're not going to beat anybody when it matters.
Chris, I'm bringing this up, and you guys know, even with my columns on WV Sports Nation, WestVirginiaSportsNation.com, plug. I try to keep a positivity going. And Thursday night football, even under Big Ben, against division rivals, we sucked. And it felt like that same exact game. And I don't know if it's coaching or not. My theory is this. Those pass rushers and those elite athletes, 2 days rest, it's just not enough to give them that market above explosive-ness. And I think that's what was missing somewhat, because that's the only excuse I could have for a pass rush, Chris, to go non-existent.
I think in hindsight, the decision to play only 10 players on the defensive side of the ball was a mistake.
Do they even have 10?
I think it was a gutsy play. It was a gutsy decision on behalf of Austin and Tomlin to not put 11 on the field.
Sure.
And but hey, that's just me. I'm not an NFL guy. I've never coached in the NFL. I thought it was gutsy. It was, especially on a Thursday night, short week, to go with just go with the 10. Especially on passing down, which was most of the downs for Flacco, who was unconscious, which he normally is anyway. The man just doesn't have a brainwave, which is probably to his benefit. Was able to complete passes of plays that he didn't even know he was being called. So hopefully a lesson learned for the Steelers to make sure they have 11 on the field at all times.
That's true. Like Logan, it did feel like they could get away with any slant route at all. There was no leverage taken away at all. And also, it was like weird, like on the game-winning drive for them, it was like our tackling specialist middle linebacker was in and not cover with Wilson. Like it just seemed just like all those communication issues that seemed to go away. I mean, they were being broke down in film sessions last week, like their defense is back. It's great old Steelers football. And then they revert and look like the Jets week 1.
Yeah, it's late Saturday's game happened a couple of days ago. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's early. But I'm generally not trying to tweak out talking about this game. Like it really pissed me off so much because it's a Steelers thing to do every single year, and yet it still happens and it still makes me want to just crash the hell out. It's so frustrating that the Steelers could go 5-1, looking great in the AFC, got a stranglehold on the division. No, they want to lose to 45-year-old Joe Flacco, who was never even good to begin with ever. When he was in his prime, was never actually good to begin with, and yet now he wants to freaking join the. Why are the Browns trading away a quarterback who they thought was good enough to be their opening day starter and give it to a team in the division that they need someone to win ball games? Like that doesn't even make any sense. The Browns traded away a player that they thought was good enough to start and win games for them, and they traded to their division rival who needed a quarterback to win games. Why would you? Do the Browns not care? The Browns really do not give a shit whatsoever.
No, they don't care. They don't care. Hey, we got a 5th round pick for him. Woo.
Yeah, and Mitch, can I say something here real quick?
Absolutely.
The biggest thing that pisses me off is everybody wants to blame the Browns for trading Joe Flacco. It didn't matter who was quarterback that game. Kenny Pickett could have looked like Joe Montana against that defense.
Jake Browning was not going to make those throws. I'm sorry. Jake Browning was not doing that shit.
Yeah, he has that quick release. It
didn't matter who was quarterback.
We got to move on to next. I just want to speak out.
All right, Vince and Matt, I'm going to bring you two. And Vince first. Obviously, we're in our Steelers bubble, right? The sky's falling. But you know what? The reality of the NFL is there's been one undefeated team. Losses happen. Division rival losses away on Thursday night happen more times than not. We were considered one of the bottom tier teams. We've had a good run against some subpar opponents, but why are we panicking here? Like we're kind of exactly what.
There's no panic. We're 4-2. We're 4-2. We're going to make the adjustments on defense. We're going to put 11 on the field, and we're going to play better next week.
What's the West Coast saying, Vince? What's it like out there?
The West Coast is saying, "I've got concerns with you, Steeler fans."
Damn it.
You started the show off by saying 1-800-GAMBLER. I'm going to say 1-800 Thursday Night Football. Hey, to answer Sachs's issue, he talked about the Steelers only having 10 on the field. Didn't you know, Sachs, it's the start of the NHL season, and in memory or in honor of the Penguins, the Steelers decided to put one player in the penalty box.
That's true. That's true.
Well, with the number of penalties that they screwed up the game with, that's a very apt analogy. Because it was like one penalty after another for the least penalized team in the league to screw up that way on the road. God, can we just talk about
But I hate that we've gone to a fan base that's like, because if you're watching the game, you're listening to Herb Street talk about how the Bengals, he's getting all the texts that they know they're going to lose. I hate that we are that fan base now, Matt. But realistically, if you look down at the schedule, it's Green Bay and the Colts. I mean, maybe two of the best rosters in the NFL.
We have to go to the Chargers. I can't stand this team. I literally can't. I don't know. I hate
they could be 4-5, but they also, with a 10 days rest at home in Pittsburgh, they could do something against Green Bay, and then all of a sudden it's all righted again. What do you think about these Steelers and their loss on Thursday night?
I mean, Herb Street disgusted me to begin with. I mean, I remember at the end of the first half, he makes a comment. Flacco hit Chase on the sideline. It ended up getting overturned. He didn't have possession. And I vividly remember he goes, "How is he doing this? He came here 10 days ago." And I'm thinking to myself, this dude is a 20-year vet, Super Bowl champ, throwing to the best receiver in the league. What do you mean? How is he?
He threw the ball towards Chase. Chase is going to catch something that's thrown towards him.
That's what I'm saying.
The defender wasn't even in the same county.
I would say Steelers fans, I'd be grateful you're 4-2. I don't know how – I'll make some enemies. I don't know how this is surprising. I mean, you got torched by Justin Fields. Sam Darnold had his way. New England just decided to fumble every time they got in the red zone. Wentz turned the ball over. They still put up 400 yards. I mean, the only defensive performance that was somewhat acceptable was against Dylan Gabriel, and I think West Virginia could have performed against him.
I really can't argue against that.
I don't understand the shock. I mean, at the end of the day, you're 4-2. You're in a good spot. But I'm just, the surprising aspect of it to me, I failed to see as a non-Steelers fan.
No one is surprised.
What a good spot to win 5 more games.
Area code 412. No one is surprised that we lost on the road on a Thursday night.
We're in a good spot to win 5 more games and then draft an offensive lineman in the first round. We'll repeat the same shit next year.
We already know how this season's going to end, right? We're gonna make the playoffs. We're gonna travel to Indianapolis in the wild card game, and we're gonna get our asses absolutely handed to us. But Tomlin will have the It'll be okay.
Watching the Super Bowl at home, and it's not going to be our team.
All right, John, am I crazy to think that with all this talent on defense, that they should be able to figure it out and right this ship in 10 days and beat Green Bay, bring this all back in? John, you've been very high on the Steelers, and I know their defense is awful, like Brendan's talked about. But this Steelers offense, the fact that they can move from that jumbo package and then move out, and Peyton Wilson actually finally showed up, and we actually looked kind of like an offense that could perform in this modern day NFL. The offensive performance by Rodgers, him scrambling, they look formidable, and everyone's defense in the NFL seems to be shaky at times. I feel like we look like a regular above average team that could write this. Am I wrong? Is there no chance? Are we done? Stop laughing at me.
There is nothing more entertaining than watching Steelers fans meltdown. That was probably the most entertaining 20 minutes I've had in the last month. You guys are something else. It is so funny. Hey, Coach Vince, I got 3 words for you. Rodgers versus Flacco. That's all I have to say. Oh, my God.
Could be Super Bowl.
First of all, I love you, Coach. I love Tomlin. I love this guy. I can't get enough of Mike Tomlin. I don't care if he loses.
You can have him.
He goes on a press conference and he blasts the Browns for trading a 50-year-old quarterback to the Bengals in the division because he's playing them. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And so Tomlin's all pissed off. He's like, why are you trading this guy? Well, because Cleveland sucks and they got a draft pick for a guy that's 50. Go out and figure out how to beat him. I love Tomlin, but I tell you what, that segment to see you guys melt down, absolutely hilarious. That's all I can say.
I can't believe you gave me.
I don't want this segment to end.
No, you gave me this platform, and I've always said I was never going to be like the Yinzer hysterical guy on the radio, and we just did it.
No, what you need to have, John, is a Yinzer meltdown segment that you can promote and get like Permanis and Icy Light and Mrs. T's Pierogies and John Eagle and Eaton Park, all to be your sponsors so that you can have one segment 20 minutes long where everyone in Pittsburgh and Western Pennsylvania and Steeler Nation throughout the world can tune in and melt down with us.
Let's do it.
Melt down.
We need to do a weekly Steelers panel for 30 minutes. I got to fit it in somewhere.
You do.
Do it like Friday, Thursday.
No, just play it up throughout every day. Every day for a half an hour.
And you just rant. Well, but it's no fun if they win. It's only guys get fired up when they lose.
No. We'll find something to bitch and complain about the wins too.
Yeah. Like the quarterback's not good enough. Yeah. Like we faked our way to a win. All right. We're going to get to these picks, but
if the Steelers win, we could go to the Penguins. We could just do Pittsburgh.
Yeah, we could do that. I'm going to do that because it's. And every Saturday I get up and Ann says, why do you do this show? I mean, you work all week. You get up at 4 a.m. Why do you do this? And I said, because it's hilarious. I have so much fun doing it. Now, when I host, not so much. When I don't host, I can sit here and laugh my ass off. But Vince, the old ball coach didn't answer my questions. I got 3 words for you, Vince. Rodgers versus Flacco. That was your line for like the first 5 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
What is your response to that now, Coach?
Holy cow. I mean, I think every team now should have a 40-year-old plus quarterback as a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Is that the first NFL game where we've had two 40-year-old starting quarterbacks?
I think it was the oldest too.
Yeah.
Give me Jay Cutler.
Sure.
Since Earl Morrill and John Hadle.
There you go.
Hadle. John Hadle from the Chargers. I can't believe you brought up John Hadle. Yeah, he was my father's. He was. I'm sorry. He was my favorite quarterback back in the old AFL because he would throw like 70 passes a game when everybody else ran the football. John Hadle.
All right. Well, hey, be on the lookout for our new Steelers show, Blast Furnace, and we just all go explode.
Next thing you guys are going to tell,
anger.
you're going to bring up Air Coryell. Remember him?
Oh yeah.
We got to get to some of these games, man.
We're going to get to these picks. I think we should probably. I need to relax, and if anyone else needs to relax, especially if you're in the Northern Virginia area, Rosie's Gaming, man, it's just right down the road, John. I just throw that on you. I want to let everyone know.
Listen. If you're anywhere in the Richmond area, October is all about horsepower at Rosie's Gaming Emporium in Richmond. Now, all month long, Saturday qualifier drawings. That's today. It's the 18th. They have Saturday qualifying drawings. They're going to put you in the fast lane on October 25th, 1 week from today. One lucky guest is going to take a victory lap in a brand new 2025 Dodge Charger. Brand spanking new, and you're going to be able to drive it around the track. That's how cool this is. Now, Fast Track rewards members. You can earn entries daily with 10 times entry every Wednesday to accelerate your chances. So you got to go this Wednesday. Rosie's in Richmond, home of the largest jackpots and the biggest payouts in Virginia. Are you ready? Now, you got to be 21 or older. Problem gambling, call the Virginia Gambling Helpline, 888-532-3500. But October's all about horsepower. Go there today. You're going to get your entries, put them in, and then next Saturday, go on Wednesday, get 10X, go on Saturday, and somebody's going to win a brand spanking new 2025 Dodge Charger, and you're going to drive it around the racetrack. Now, tell me that's not cool. Go to rosiesgaming.com. That's rosiesgaming.com.
All right, time to get to some picks. Without further ado, let's get this thing going. We have the Sunday morning Wembley game. It feels like Jacksonville plays in this every year. But now they might be playing themselves out of having to fly over across the pond every year because they're looking pretty darn good. Los Angeles Rams versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Rams are favored by 3.5. Rams coming off of a victory over the hapless Ravens, who don't have much going on right now. And then Jacksonville, was it a loss to Seattle last time? Yeah. So where are we going here? I'm going to start. Matt, I see you. Are you going to go straight spread here? Are we talking some parlays? Are we talking some individual? Where are you going to go with this?
I'm just grateful Seattle and Jacksonville aren't playing because I've thought for the first 5 weeks, both of them weren't good and they just keep beating everybody. So when they played each other, it was just a disaster. That being said, the Rams looked pretty bad last week against a miserable Baltimore team. Jacksonville, regardless of what I think, appears to be pretty good. So I think getting 3 there, I mean, I'll take the push if they lose by a field goal. No Puka Nacua, I think it's a big deal. I'm going to go Jacksonville +3. I think they find a way to grind this out. London's basically their home stadium at this point.
Just feel like that.
Yeah, I like the Jags.
Vince, where are you going to go with this game?
Well, my disclaimer right now is I went 3-11 last week in the NFL, so take my picks with a grain of salt here.
There we go.
I'm going to go London Jaguars. Going to cover, and they're going to win this game outright.
All right. I'm just a little money line over there. Brendan, where are you going to go?
I love the Jags in this game too. I mean, even when the Jaguars weren't that good, just a short couple years ago, they always seem to perform better over in London. They should think about maybe relocating there. Maybe they'll win a Super Bowl, but I love them in this game.
All right, Logan, how are you going to pick it?
Yeah, I'm a big Trevor Lawrence hater. I don't think he's that good. I think Jacksonville's really overrated. They're really relying on their defense, but the Rams are going to be without Puka, and that's huge on their offense. You saw that last week when they played the Ravens. Nonetheless, I don't think that Matthew Stafford's going to throw interception this game. That Jacksonville needs that. So I think that with Matt Stafford, he's going to play a smart, clean game. Give me the Rams to cover.
All right. Brendan? Did I go to you yet? Brendan, yes.
Yeah, you did.
Oh shoot! All right, John.
The Jags.
All right, John, where are you going to go?
I like the Jags here plus 3.5. They just play good football in London. They've been doing it forever. They're accustomed to that flight, and I'm with the panel. I bet the Rams last week because you just bet against the Ravens and you just get money out of the machine. It's kind of unbelievable. It's like an ATM machine now, but they didn't look that good. And Jacksonville, that was a tough game they played. They kind of hung in there up until the end. Seattle's better than I thought. I'm going to give them that, but I'm going to go with the Jags here in the 3.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jags as well. The Puka Nacua being out is a huge deal right now.
It's
I think when they're fully healthy, the Rams are probably the better team here. But Jacksonville is showing some signs. They really are. And we might hate on Lawrence, but I think he could maybe finally take that next step. We'll see. All right, a team that might be making the next step, not New Orleans, but Chicago. So New Orleans is at Chicago. The Bears are on here 4.5. I think the line maybe moved to 5 right now. Chicago. So I live in the Northern Virginia area. So Steelers saw a last-second field goal loss. The Washington Commanders also saw their lead slip away on a last-second field goal. All of a sudden, this Chicago Bears team has won 3 in a row. They believe in their new head coach, Ben Johnson, and it feels like there is something happening in Chicago. Chris Saxman, are you all on the Chicago Bears bandwagon? 4 in a row seems weird, but it is New Orleans that 1 and 5.
Well, it's also the NFL, and it's tough to put 4 in a row together in the NFL. It's just the nature of a salary cap parity league. I'd take New Orleans here to cover, not to win outright, but even might take New Orleans to win outright just because it's tough to put together 4 wins in a row.
Matt, there's something about the Chicago Bears offense now and then believing in it. All of a sudden the run game went from the worst in the NFL to Swift. They were carving up, and you can just see if they can get them in third and short situations and take the ball out of Caleb's hands as far as him having to make a spectacular throw. He can just look deep and then check down, and it seems to be working here. Do you see them finally turning the corner and getting some positivity and going 4 wins in a row, Chicago?
Yeah, I think it's the Ben Johnson effect. He's a stud. I think obviously you saw what Detroit did. He's turned them around, and I'm not sold on Caleb Williams. But I like Saxman's point here. New Orleans they're sneaky, they're gritty. Kellen Moore's been a stud everywhere he went. That Dallas offense was ridiculous. He led the tush push merchant to a Super Bowl title. Everywhere he goes, they're competitive. I'm not going to touch this one because I think it's a little bit of a trap game. I do really like Chris Olave over 56.5 yards though. You watch New Orleans play, dude gets 55 targets a game, and I don't trust that Chicago defense at all. So I like that'd be my play for today.
Vince, that would be very Chicago-like to, everyone's talking about them. They might have a 4,000 passer for the first time in history of the franchise, and then they go and just at home lose to New Orleans. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, they're trending upward. Hey, here's something I don't know if there's any proof of this, but dome teams that have to travel to outdoor stadiums with bad weather. And we have all of that merging tomorrow. They're calling for 100% chance of rain in Chicago. And it's going to be chilly. And I think it's Bears type weather, dome team coming from New Orleans. I think Bears win this and they cover.
Brendan, what are you thinking?
I have to agree with Coach Vince. New Orleans, not only they play down south, they play in the dome. They're not going to be accustomed to going out and playing in rainy Chicago. So I'm going with the Bears here, and 4.5 is the spread. Yeah, Bears 4.5.
It's not your father's Bears anymore, Logan. Are you down with this new Detroit Lions Bears team that we're rolling out here?
Yeah, I like this Bears team. I think you always say you are what your record is. So I think this is a must-win for them. I think they're sitting at 3-3. I'm pretty sure, or 4-3. They need to win against. If you're starting to get to that level where you're building up your franchise and you're becoming a good team like the Bears look like they are, you have to beat teams that you're supposed to, which is something the Steelers don't do. So in this case, beating the Saints is something you need to do if you're the Bears. You've won 3 in a row. Keep the train moving. The Saints are a very good, sneaky team. They play hard. Spencer Rattler, while he's only won 1 game as a starter, he's not a bad quarterback. I think this is going to be a close game, but so I think I'm going to take the Bears to cover.
John, yeah, they sit at 3-2 right now. 4-2 seems just worlds above 3-3, especially with what this franchise has been through. What are you thinking the Bears are going to do?
In the famous words of Jacksonville and Giants coach Tom Coughlin, good teams beat bad teams at home. They have to win this game or all is for naught. It's tough because Kellen Moore's got a not very good New Orleans team that plays hard for 60 minutes. They got a lot of grit. I really enjoy watching them because they're losing, but they play hard, and they're playing hard for that coach. Unlike my team, which quits, it's disgusting, joke, horrible. But the Bears have got to win this game. If they're going to be a real contender and you're going to take them seriously at home, they've got to win this game. So I'm going to take the Bears minus the 5.
Did I get everybody? Did I miss anyone? All right, you listen to Godzilla Wins Saturday Pick Show. Brendan Statler, Vince Mayoko, John Fredericks, Logan Powell, Matthew Lumsden, Chris Saxman. I wanted to introduce us because a lot of people might turn this off once I announce this game. Miami at Cleveland. Browns favored by 2.5. Let's just go around the horn real quick. Brendan, I mean, is there any reason to even watch this game except put a lot of money on it? Put 2 units.
Not at all. And I really hate picking this game because I can't pick the Dolphins. This is the most dysfunctional team in football. Both these teams suck, but I think Cleveland sucks a little less. So as much as it pains me to pick the Browns, I'm picking the Browns, I guess.
My best bet, I'll go easy. My best bet on the board this weekend is Cleveland minus 2.5. This team has got a little bit of fight in them. Okay, I mean, as bad as things have gone for them, they got the old guy out of there. The Sanders thing's a clown show. We get that, but this team has got a little bit of fight in them. The Dolphins are done. I mean, they're going to fire their coach. The team is in complete disarray. They're the second worst franchise right now in the NFL. You all know who that worst is, and it's not even close. So I love Cleveland here. This is a game where you can make money on. The Dolphins are done. Take the Browns, lay the 2.5.
Oh, man. All right, John, you had got me great tickets to last week's game. It's right behind Logan's right here in section 131. Where do you see the Browns having any fight? They look completely outmatched, outclassed. They look terrible. Logan,
it looked like Pittsburgh did Thursday.
Right. Yeah. But I don't. Yeah. What are you thinking? Are you going Browns?
I'm going. I don't even know I'm going. I'm definitely not watching this game. It's gonna be a shit show. I mean, in Cleveland, I just looked. It's supposed to be rainy and windy. These offenses are terrible. The Dolphins are done, like you said, John. They don't even care anymore. Their defense is absolutely atrocious. I don't even know what their quarterbacks are lining up as. Like I said last week, I might have to get a call soon and line up for them. They have so many injuries. They're decimated entirely. But I think the Browns are going to be able to sneak away with a home win here and cover the spread.
Chris, could we see Shedeur Sanders maybe? No, but because it feels like that's where it's got to trend at some point. This game, Tua, obviously, after his press conference, talks about internal stuff with the team. So obviously, Dolphins are imploding. Cleveland, you have no idea what they're doing. Are they waiting for their, massage quarterback to come back? I just don't know what's happening. Where are we going here, Chris?
Well, the NFL pulled the broadcast on this one, so you can catch it on streaming.
On Peacock.
No, YouTube. They don't even want to charge for it.
This is Cartoon Network at 10 a.m.
This game in a rainstorm could be 6-3. And this is that kind of a game. 9-6. Take the under. Myles Garrett. I didn't even know Myles Garrett was playing last week. Because I thought he was injured because I was like, where the hell is Myles Garrett? I couldn't find him on the field. His name was never mentioned. He probably comes back and just wrecks Tua this week.
Yes, exactly.
I can see that. Yeah,
because everybody was saying last week, where's Myles Garrett? Yeah. He was actually a talk show topic in Ohio. Like what did he disappear? Is he hurt? And so the guys he's really good, and he was getting trashed. My Ohio listeners were telling me that he was getting trashed on Ohio radio, just getting skewered because he didn't feel like playing or something. Whatever goes on with that guy, I think this week he comes out like a madman.
Yeah,
Matt,
it's gonna be a wrecking crew.
Yeah, Matt, where are you going with this one?
I'm going Browns. I think regardless of how dysfunctional they are, they have one of the best front sevens in the league.
Yeah.
Tua can't move, can't process, no Tyreek Hill. I think that's going to be a nightmare. And then I think it crept up, but Quinshon Judkins is over 95.5 yards now. It was 84 earlier in the week. That's a play that I like a ton. You watch Miami play. Vidal ran for 124. Rico Dowdle ran for 200. I mean, they get torched on the ground week in and week out. And everybody's talking about the weather's going to be a circus. So I expect 20 to 25 carries, and that's going to be more than enough to get 100 yards.
Yeah, he was grossly misused against the Steelers on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Vince,
Absolutely.
yeah, I love that play too. Vince, solid running game. Myles Garrett's probably going to bounce back and have a game. Are you going to go Cleveland as well?
Yeah, I think Cleveland. Is it hard to argue that Cleveland's a top 10 defense in the league?
For sure.
Even in a scenario where Cleveland wins 6-3, like Sachs predicted, 6-3 covers.
It does. That's very true. That's very true. I feel like after watching a game like that, you're going to have to just douse yourself up with some supplements to get yourself bodies right. Maybe some Healthy Cell, one of our awesome sponsors here. John, tell all our listeners how after watching that horrible game where it just depletes your soul and everything that you can get yourself back together.
It starts with a good night's sleep. And I'm in this whole thing now at my age, and I tell it to Ann every day. It's about quality of life. I mean, I work really hard. She works hard, but you got to have a quality of life. And you got to be able to feel good. And it starts with a good night's sleep. That is the most important thing you can do for you and your body and your family is get a good night's sleep. And I do that with my Healthy Cell REM sleep. I always travel with it. I always have them stashed around in case I forget them. There's all natural. There's no drugs here, right? It's all natural. And the thing about it is you take it 15 minutes before you go to sleep. You're going to get to sleep, but then you're going to stay asleep. You will dream, but you need that because it supports all 4 functions of your sleep. And you're going to wake up and feel like a new person. This is the most important investment you could ever make. It's just not that expensive. Quality of life for yourself, for your family, your loved ones. All you have to do is go to healthycell.com, healthycell.com/Godzilla, healthycell.com/Godzilla. Promo code Godzilla is going to get you 20% off. Get a couple boxes of REM sleep. It doesn't take 2 weeks. It doesn't take 10 days. It takes 15 minutes. You down this thing 15 minutes before you go to bed. It's in a gel pack. You tear it off. You down it. It's great. And you're going to sleep like a baby and wake up refreshed. You know, sometimes when you wake up, you're like, oh man, why am I tired? It's because you didn't get in the 4 levels of the sleep, in the 4th level where all the REM comes in. That's why they call it REM sleep. You got to get there. healthycell.com/Godzilla, promo code Godzilla, 20% off your first order. Check it out. You're going to feel great. Thank you.
You're listening to the Godzilla Win Saturday Pick Show. I'm Mitch Rogers, joined by John Fredericks, Brendan Statler, Vince Mayoko, Matt Lumsden, Logan Powell, and Chris Saxman. And that team that probably didn't use much Healthy Cell or doesn't use it in the past is your Tennessee Titans. They're playing New England. Weird. They're at New England. They're at Tennessee. You just fired your coach, probably enough like 3 other general managers in the future, whatever. Who knows what's happening? Most dysfunctional franchise on the planet. But the Patriots, who like everyone thinks they're back, world beaters, only favored by 6.5. I know it's at Tennessee. Ooh, Vince, I'm going to start with you on this one. That seems a little low. I would have thought like 10.
Yeah, I would agree. But I think with that said, I just don't see how the Titans win this game. I don't. And with that said, New England's a touchdown better than the Titans. So take the Pats in this one.
Matt, do you have any sneaky plays here, or is it just straight Pats? Or Tennessee? I don't want to
Yeah, no. So I'm probably going to frustrate John with this one, but he bashes on the Titans more than anyone, so I feel like it's acceptable. And my public disclaimer is obviously diehard Patriots fan, so take this with a grain of salt.
That's very true.
That being said, I think Vrabel comes into Nashville. I think he's pissed off. I think the team rallies behind him, and we have a legitimate, I'm not going to say MVP candidate, but Drake May is for real. There's not a lot of talent around him. He is for real. I think New England's going to take every opportunity to run up the score. I think the over 23.5 team total is my favorite play of the week. I ran it all the way up to over 30.5, was like plus 190. I like the -7. I think New England tries to make a statement. I think Vrabel will take every opportunity to make this as ugly as possible. And Tennessee's just, John tells you every week, it's just dysfunction. I don't even know what to put there anymore, but Yeah, I like New England a ton. I think they're going to run it up. I think it's going to be ugly.
And not to put the pressure on Matt, but to let our viewers and our listeners know, when it's his team and he's making these picks, running it up to plus 190, I would listen. I mean, don't yell at him if it doesn't work. But
Yeah.
Logan, where are you going to go with this one?
Yeah, as Cam Ward said it best, they ass. Titans are not good. They don't have any good weapons on offense. Their defense is atrocious. The offensive line is god-awful. With that being said, I mean, sometimes teams rally around an interim head coach. So who knows? But, I mean, I just think that roster still is not good enough.
And no Calvin Ridley.
Patriots firing all cylinders. Drake May looks like a stud. Yeah, give me the Pats in an easy one here.
Chris, everything is pointing for a New England blowout victory, but this is 6.5-point spread. What do you think?
Well, unless Flacco's traded to the Titans, I don't see them winning. You know.
Oh, dude, I knew it. Full circle. We're so good here. We're so good.
I don't charge for this, but I should. Look, the reality is Titans are not good. New England's playing well. I like running it up like Matthew did on this one. I think it's not going to be close. Titans probably don't score 10 points. Could be 30-20 at the end of the day. I would look at those lines if you can get someone to give you that many points.
Let's go. Brendan, the Flacco-less Titans, do they have any chance against New England?
No, not a snowball's chance in hell. I have to go back to what Matthew said. You don't think that Mike Vrabel's going to want to come in to Tennessee and completely blow out the Titans, his former team? This is going to be a snooze fest. New England's going to run away with it. It's not going to be close.
We saved the best for last here. Did they take all your vitriol away? Were all the adjectives taken away, John? What's going to happen in this game?
So Mike Vrabel was coaching the Tennessee Titans. They were in the middle of a losing streak. Mike Vrabel went to New England to be inducted into the New England Hall of Fame on a bye week.
Yep.
This was in the middle of a Titans 7-game losing streak. That's fine. I get it, right? Inducted to a Hall of Fame, big deal, right? Sits in Robert Kraft's box, and he's up there hobnobbing with Robert Kraft in the middle of a 7-game losing streak in the New England box. End of that season, Amy Adams, the owner, called him into his office and fired him. They had what was written up as a 90-second conversation. The bad blood is real, okay? He was pissed. She was pissed. These two people don't like each other. She's the owner. He's the coach of the other team. Having said that, here's what I want to sink in. After the debacle last week in Las Vegas, one of the Raiders coaches, unnamed, but you can figure out who it is, not Pete Carroll, said, in 25 years of coaching in the NFL, I have never in my life witnessed a worse prepared and worse team than this Tennessee ball club. They don't want to play. They don't care. They don't have any playmakers. It was the worst team I have faced in a quarter century of coaching in the NFL. I want you to let that sink in. Once he said that on Sunday night after the game in Vegas, Amy fired Callahan at 9:00 in the morning. Okay. This team is a complete disaster beyond any comprehension. They are years from putting this thing back together. Callahan was a clown. He couldn't coach. The culture's awful. They don't care. And it's the shame of this thing is they're wasting a really good athlete in Cam Ward.
Oh, yeah.
He's a really good young man. He's got a lot of talent. He can be something. I don't know how long this is going to go on. They need to clean the whole thing out, hire Mike McCarthy, get a real coach in there that's a real man, and put some kind of a culture in. Because right now, this is the worst team in the NFL. And this is the other thing. When they played the Colts 2 weeks ago, the defensive coach on the Colts said in Colts media, they didn't want to play. I mean, you got coaches telling the other team doesn't want to play? Oh my God, this thing is such a disaster. Over half the fans in there are going to be Patriots fans. This thing it's going to get ugly, and it's going to get ugly fast. This is a franchise in complete disarray. 6.5, 15 and a half, 20 and a half. Doesn't matter. Just bet the Patriots. I'm done.
I tell you what, too, if you're a top NCAA quarterback right now, you want to fall. You don't want to be that first pick. There's an unbelievable stat on how all these coaches getting fired midseason after obtaining the number 1 draft pick at quarterback. There's no room for development. We're seeing all these quarterbacks go to other teams after they failed and they won't sign their rookie deal and start performing. I mean, whoa. I mean, back in the day, you had to sit and wait. And Steve Young. And I mean, it's just that's the way it is. Aaron Rodgers. I feel bad for these young quarterbacks, and you're right. And I think I'm going to take the Patriots big time here. It's going to be
a joke. This franchise. This has got to be right now the worst run franchise in professional athletics, any sport, including the San Jose Sharks. This is the worst. I'm done.
And Mike Vrabel's going to try to put that on a pedestal.
No question about it.
Yes,
no question about it.
All right. The next game, and man, we've been wanting to write them off. Thought it was time. It's the window. It's the Bills' time, but the Bills kind of look mediocre, and all of a sudden, no one's taking advantage of their time. Las Vegas is at Kansas City. Kansas City is favored by 11 and a half over their division rival, a team with Geno Smith that we thought had so much promise, but they have looked awful. They have injuries everywhere as well. And then Kansas City's just getting stronger, Rashee Rice. And all of a sudden, when you see these power rankings, especially in the AFC, those damn Chiefs are back up at the top again because these Steelers lose. The Bills are losing. You have up-and-coming teams like New England, but not ready to take the mantle. Brendan, are the Kansas City Chiefs back, and are they the best team in football, or are they going to whip up on Las Vegas tomorrow?
I'm not ready to say they're back yet, but I mean, come on, they're going to win this game. They're playing the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders would lose to Central Catholic High School in Pittsburgh if they played them.
Is that LeVar? Is that LeVar's school?
Yeah, I mean, it's just I'm not ready to say the Chiefs are back, but they're going to win this game very easily. 12 and a half. Yeah, that's lay the 12 and a half. That's an easy bet.
All right, that's more over West Coast events. Let's go with you in this next one. Where are you thinking over there?
Well, in the Chiefs' run over the last 5, 6, 7 years, one team that's had their number,
Raiders,
has been the Raiders. Take the Raiders in this one.
Ooh, plus 11 and a half Raiders. Matt, you being so daring to take Geno Smith and the boys.
No, absolutely not. I mean, I think they're terrible. They only beat Tennessee by 10, which John just let everybody know how pathetic that is. Rashee Rice is back. His over is 56 and a half. I think that's a joke of a number personally. He is Mahomes' guy. He's not coming back from injury.
I love these.
I mean, they've been wearing free 4 shirts all year, which is pathetic, by the way.
Crazy.
Dude hit and run, and they're acting like
or committed a felony.
Wrong with him being suspended. Well, whatever. Whole different story. Yeah, Chiefs roll, and Rashee Rice is definitely hitting 57 yards.
Well, Chris, I was chaperoning a 5th grade field trip yesterday. At least I'm glad. I'd rather have 3-4 than 6-7. The kids said 6-7 1 million times. I don't know what it means. I still don't know what it means. 6-7, 6-7. All right, Chris. So 3-4. The tribute to a guy that wasn't hurt, vehicular man, whatever he had.
Yeah,
it's just ridiculous. I hate that too. Where are you going with this game?
I'm not. I mean. To Coach Vince's point here, the Raiders have played well against the Chiefs. It's on the road for the Raiders, not great. I don't think the Chiefs are that great. They'll probably get better throughout the season, but they're aging. And if this is a catch game for the Chiefs, if I had to put any money, I'd put the Raiders to cover this thing, not win, but to cover that. It's a big spread. I don't like big spreads.
All right, I've been talking too much. Let's run through this a little bit more. We have so many picks to go. Logan, what do you say? Quick fire.
Yeah, Chiefs easily. They're hot, and Geno Smith and Raiders are terrible.
Yeah. Brandon, where are you going?
I already picked. I'm going Chiefs.
Oh, sorry. I always do that.
You're
John.
good.
It's a large fail. John, what are you thinking?
Raiders plus 12 and a half.
Oh, yeah. All right. This next game on here is a great game. It should be a great game. Philadelphia at Minnesota. Eagles only favored by 2.5. The Eagles were 4-0. They seem like a shell of their team now. Brendan, let's start with you, and I'll remember when I come back to you again.
The Eagles aren't going to lose 3 in a row. Take the Eagles this game.
Yeah. Vince, are you on the same boat there?
I think they're coming off of a bye week too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Eagles cover.
Matt, what are you thinking here?
If Wentz plays, I'm going Vikings plus 2.5. If McCarthy plays, Eagles for sure.
Oh yeah, I know. Is McCarthy not the real deal, Logan? I don't know. He had one good quarter this year.
Yeah, Wentz is playing. I think is the last thing I heard. So, and the Eagles are in a downfall. Give me Minnesota here.
All right, Sachs, what are we thinking here? Philadelphia bounced back and Super Bowl champions, but they don't look like that right now.
Yeah, they come back. I think this is a better game for them. They win this one. I really faded the Vikings just because of having McCarthy as their quarterback. So I'm going to stick with my win total and pick the Eagles here.
All right, John, where are you going to go with this?
Vikes plus 2.5.
All right, I'm going to take the Vikes plus 2.5 as well. This is going to be the quickest pick of the game of the day. Carolina at New York, just abysmal teams right here. Matt, I'll start with you. What are you thinking here? The spread is Panthers minus 1.5.
Yeah, I'll go no Garrett Wilson. Why not just roll the Panthers?
There we go. Logan, what are you thinking?
Panthers are terrible on the road. However, like Matt said, no Garrett Wilson. The Jets are also terrible. Give me the Panthers.
Chris, I thought the Jets were going to be somebody with Justin Fields.
They're the New York Jets.
So he's going. All right, we're going Panthers there. Brendan, where you go?
Both teams suck, but the Jets suck worse. The Panthers win.
Oh, Vince, what are we thinking here?
Yeah, Carolina's bad. Jets are worse. Take the Panthers.
Oh, John, what are you going to do here if you had a
Carolina actually has a defense. Okay, they're getting better every single week. You guys are not giving the Cats the credit they deserve. Bryce Young getting better. They're winning games. My best bet, NFL Cats.
Matt, you got any player props for Rico Dowdle this week?
Yeah, I'd probably take the over.
Yeah. Dowdle's just it's absolutely nuts. That story is nuts. The next game up here, very intriguing. A spread that is a little higher than I thought. New York Giants at Denver, spreads at 7.5, and the Broncos are minus 7.5.
That's because the Giants suck. They're total smoke and mirrors. That's
Caucasian creatine boys. I thought we had something going on with Scattaboo and darts, smoking darts. No one. I mean, Brendan, come on. There's some hype around this Giants team, right?
There is for maybe another 2 weeks before they fall apart like they always do. Broncos win.
Okay, Vince, where you going?
I'm not saying that the Giants win this game, but I think they can keep it within 7.5. Take the Giants.
Come on, Scatterboot. What are we doing here, Matt?
I'm leaning Broncos minus 7, and then for Logan, I like Jackson Dart under 40.5. Denver doesn't let
Logan, where are you going with this one?
Yeah, I like Denver as well. Giants won't have enough manpower to defeat the Denver's defense.
I mean, Chris, Denver's been up and down. They ain't world beaters or anything. 7.5 after the Giants coming out hot.
I like the Giants to cover. Won't win, but I wanted Scatterbo in like the second or third round. I love that running back. Love him.
John, are you in with the Scatterbo?
No, I'm going to take the Giants simply because Denver doesn't score any points. I mean, it's tough to lay 7.5 with a team that has no offense who doesn't score. If the Giants score 2 touchdowns, they got to get 28 to win or 20. I'm going with the Giants. I'm going to take the 7.5.
This next one might be the game of the week. It's the Colts at the Chargers. The Chargers are favored by 1.5. The Colts have looked like the best roster in the NFL. If they get the quarterback play, they can beat anybody. Brendan, what are you thinking in this game?
I don't know how the Chargers are favored in this game. Indianapolis wins.
I don't know. They're at home, Vince. You know what that West Coast, they're flying around on the West Coast doing the thing. I mean, it's tough, right? I mean, and the Chargers are good.
This potentially could be an AFC title game preview.
Could be.
Not saying it'll happen, but it very well could. I like the Chargers in this one, being at home, only having to lay a 1.5. Go Bolts.
All right, Matt, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I like the Chargers as well, and then I really like Justin Herbert over 261.5.
I love it. I love that.
Danny Dimes? No.
Logan, what are you thinking?
Yeah, this is gonna be a really good game. I got the Chargers here just because it's kind of a must-win for them. Like they always lose games. They always lose those tough matchups where you think if they win they can get over the hump. But I think tomorrow will be different.
Chris, can Indianapolis lose another one? Go get 2 win teams, and all of a sudden the Steelers look just as good as everybody else again. What are we doing here?
Why would you bring up the Steelers? I didn't ask you to do that.
4-2.
Take the Bolts. I like the Bolts here.
I knew. See, because now they'll be 4-2. John, what are we doing?
I got 3 best bets. This is my third one. Cats are the first, then the Browns. who exactly is Indianapolis beaten? Why don't you look at who they beat? And then you look at who the Chargers beat.
Whoever's in front of them.
I tell you what, man, everybody thought the Eagles were, unbeatable. Then they thought the Bills were unbeatable. They all get beat. Colts go in this game, and the Chargers put a pasting on them. I love the Chargers -1.5.
All right, we got 5 games left. We're gonna do rapid fire, but first off, you need to rest up for this rapid fire. John, MyPillow would help them do that, right? Right before
Listen,
this rapid fire.
you got to go to mypillow.com. Mike Lindell's got a great savings on right now. Slippers are the thing. If you don't have them, the My Slippers, $39.98. These are $150. I'm wearing them right now. They are so comfortable. Just go to mypillow.com. Promo code Godzilla. There's a bunch of things on there. Over $100 free shipping. Get your MyPillow slippers now. Do yourself a favor.
All right. When I was looking at the run sheet and looking at these point spreads, this one stood out more than the rest. And John, you live in DC. I'm right below you. Washington at Dallas. Classic rivalry right here. Washington, right? Darlings, but all of a sudden, losing last week at the last second. They're only favored by, Cowboys are favored by 1.5 to beat them. Cowboys offenses look remarkable. Well, let me stop. Dak has looked remarkable, but everything else doesn't.
Oh, I love Washington. I love Washington in this game. Dallas has no defense. Okay. Understand, if you bet them and the other team has got the ball at the end of the game, you're going to lose the bet. They can't stop a runny nose. Washington big. I love Washington in this game.
Brendan, what are you thinking? And someone tell me what the over-under is. Are they what's the over on this one?
54.5.
Oh, geez, yeah. Brendan, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Dallas is just too inconsistent. There's no way I could bet them in this game. I love the Redskins in this game.
Oh, Vince, Dallas favored at home over the darlings of the NFC a year ago.
Take Washington.
Yeah. Matt, we're going to go with this one.
CeeDee Lamb's back. I'm not touching the spread, but the Washington team total over 26.5, I'm taking pretty heavily.
I'm taking one of these overs too. Logan, what are you thinking?
Give me the Dallas here. Washington's defense is old and bad, and CeeDee Lamb's back, so between him and Pickens will be pretty good.
Woo, CeeDee and Pickens. Chris, I always bring up Steelers.
I would take VCU over the Cowboys just on the virtue of hate. Okay.
All right.
So I'm taking the Commanders to win this thing.
Oh, Cowboys versus Indians. Let's go. I'm going with Washington as well. All right. Next game on the slate. Green Bay at Arizona. Arizona's they're never anything. I can't even figure them out. Packers are favored by 6.5 playing at Arizona. John, what do you like? Yeah.
Packers.
Yeah. Brendan?
Packers in the blowout.
Oh, Vince, what are you thinking?
There'll be more Packer fans than Cardinal fans at this game.
Yeah.
Take the Packers.
Matt, any fun ones here?
Kyler Murray, it looks like might play, so definitely Packers. If Brissett plays, I'd consider, but yeah, Murray and Packers.
All right, Logan, what are you thinking?
Yep, Packers.
Chris?
I'm going to contrarian. I'm going to take the Cardinals at home cover.
That is a weird spread, but I'm going to stick with the Packers as well here. All right, Sunday Night Football is Atlanta at San Francisco. I mean, Atlanta looked like world beaters last week. San Francisco's just injuries. It feels like if they are healthy, they're fine. 49ers favored by 2.5. Vince, that's your home area. What are you thinking?
Oh, losing Fred Warner, possibly the defensive player of the year. Oh my goodness, just devastating. Not that the loss to the Bucs last week was bad, but losing him was worse. With that said, I like the Niners in this one. I think they can win by a field goal or more.
All right, quickly, Brendan.
San Fran, I'm laying the 2.5 easy.
Matt?
I'm going to go Atlanta. I think it's no Fred Warner. It's going to be hard to stop Bijan.
Yep, Logan, Bijan, best player in the
I
world.
love Atlanta in this game.
Chris, Bijan's the Shohei Ohtani of the NFL right now, right?
No. I take San Francisco last-second field goal.
John, what are you saying?
I bet against the Niners every week. I lose my money every week. Why stop now, Atlanta?
Let's go. I'm going to go with the Niners as well. And in the worst thing in the world besides Thursday Night Football, the double Monday Night Football. Can we just get rid of it? It's weird.
It's so stupid.
I hate it too, but we've got it again. Tampa Bay at Detroit. The Lions are favored by 5.5.
It's a great game.
It is a great game. This is a good game. It's like NFC Championship preview maybe. Brandon, what do you think?
I'm taking the Bucs.
All right, Vince.
Yeah, go Bucs.
What's the spread?
Woo! It is. Lions are 5.5. All right, Baker, what are we thinking?
Yeah, no, I'm going Bucs plus 5.5, but I really like Jared Goff over 248.5 too. You can't run against him, and that secondary sucks.
All right, Logan, what are you thinking?
Yeah, Bucks, who they're going to throw to. Detroit's looking pretty good. Give me Detroit.
Sacks.
I love Tampa Bay with that spread.
Yeah. John, what are you thinking?
Lions blowout.
Yep, I'm going
Lions blowout.
I'm going Lions. Okay, we got 15
Blowout.
seconds. Houston at Seattle. Seattle's 3.5. Quick, Brendan.
Seattle.
Vince.
Seattle.
Matt.
Sam Darnold.
Logan.
Go Birds.
Sacks.
Seattle.
Oh, man. John.
Seattle.
Let's go Houston. We can't have everyone. I'm going to go Houston here, and woo! That was a heck of a show, guys. Godzilla Wins Saturday show is in the books. Please stay tuned. Is it Jay Delsing's golf show still right after?
Yes.
Yes, Jay Delsing's golf show. Please, it's amazing. Stick around for it. Come back with us next week from 9 to 11. I'm Mitch Rogers for Godzilla Wins crew. Good night.